I look back and I think of how much change there has been in our country. When I was a little girl in segregated Birmingham, my parents and I couldn't go to a movie theater. We couldn't go to a restaurant. I've already talked about how my father had trouble voting. I think about the fact that for so many, just the simple act of being able to go and vote was denied. And I'll tell you a little story about how much change there has been. It's a little vignette that sticks in my mind. So I was sworn in as Secretary of State in 2005. I was sworn in front of a portrait of Benjamin Franklin in the Franklin Room of the State Department. I was sworn in by a Jewish woman, Supreme Court Justice named Ruth Bader Ginsburg, who was my neighbor at the Watergate apartments. And I remember thinking, Sam, and looking kind of at the portrait of Ben Franklin and thinking, what would old Ben have thought of this? And I thought, of course he would never have imagined it. And frankly, I wouldn't have imagined it as a little girl growing up in segregated Birmingham. I'm sure Ruth wouldn't have imagined it when she was just trying to have her voice heard in law school. But we both kept pushing and the society kept changing, and that moment could take place. And so when I hear people say nothing has changed, I think, are you kidding me? And so if you say nothing has changed or nothing can change, you really do devalue the experiences and the efforts of generations and generations of Americans who have fought for change, who have protested for change, who have voted for change, and who've made change happen. And there are so many ways that Americans can make change happen. I often say, and Sam, my students ask me all the time, well, how do I get involved? Go work in a campaign. Find somebody that you believe in and work in the campaign. Go and help at a Boys and Girls Club, because a lot of what we do has to do with civic society, helping each other. Experience democracy. And in doing so, you will be following in the footsteps of all of those great patriots who made change over a very, very long period of time.